Good evening and welcome back to Let's Play Dreamfall Chapters. When we left off last time, we were checking back in with Saga, who has some important things to do before the song lines align and she's got places to be. We need to make an elixir, so...
I'm out of the elixir. Okay, I knew that. No worries, Saga, this is all part of the plan. I'm fairly certain the recipe's in the compendium.
So
there
what
should be
are
enough time
all
to prepare
these
a
other
bottle.
bottles?
Prophecies can't be wrong, can they? No. Right?
Maybe prophecies can be wrong. Maybe if they're wrong, then it becomes a false prophecy or something. Or maybe they can be filled in different ways. Alright, let's look in the compendium.
The Hidden World of the Herbal Alchemist, a compendium of curious cordials, Volume 1. The sequels were garbage.
Were they?
I picked this up in medieval Europe during a rare temporal hiccup. 5 days in 15th century Holland? Never again. The greatest inventions of our time are deodorant and detergent. Also toilet paper.
I'm not answering that. Okay. Can't get a minute. Okay.
Let's see. Elixir of extraordinary extra-human strength. Elixir of multiple consecutive climaxes.
Wow.
Elixir of selective remembrance. There. Elixir of delayed onset of mortality. That's the one. Keep ticking after you've taken a licking. Page 108. Dried blood bog blossoms. Leaf of void oak. Boiled in strong liquor. Those things should be easy enough to find around here.
Strange sounding ingredients, but yeah, that is a pretty... You just need 3 ingredients. It's not so bad, really. For a potion, it seems like it would be pretty powerful. Alright, where do we think we're going to find that?
Ready for elixir making.
I would have thought most of those types of things would be around that area and maybe in the kitchen. What about this room? Probably not in the fireplace.
That fireplace could never harm me. Nothing in this house can.
Oh,
it was
there's
built
wine
to
though.
protect me, to protect us.
Does wine count as strong liquor?
Best wine I ever had. There were no grapes in that world, but the berries they used, absolutely sublime. Like sex in a bottle, with no emotional mess to clean up afterwards. Only wine stains.
It's kind of a gross way to describe a good thing. Like, not everything has to tie back to sex. Things can be good in their own good ways. Good food is not orgasmic. Jeez.
Great wine.
Pick
but
it
not
up.
enough alcohol for... I'll save that for a rainy day.
Alright. It tricked me, because it could be picked up. I assumed that's what she wanted. Oh, Baiju, really?
Jade green Baiju. High-grade stuff, too. I'd almost forgotten about this little bottle of liquor. This should be more than good enough.
Alright. What's she got to say about that? That's interesting.
This'll work as a base for the elixir. This'll work as a base for the elixir.
That's it? Tell me about where you got it. Fine. Okay, and then what else do we need? The other things are the weirder ones. Dried blood bog blossoms and dried void oak leaves. Blossoms and leaves. Where do we think those are? Alright, well, the liquor and the wine were tucked on shelves. What can we do with this?
I'm not a writer. I can play, I can paint, but I didn't inherit her talents.
Well, I would think a talent like that wouldn't be that looks promising so much inherited as something that's taught, and if she wasn't there to teach it...
Isn't the house supposed to take care of all living things inside it? I didn't know I had to water the flowers. Oh, but wait, maybe...
Yeah, they're nice and dried now.
Dried blood bog blossoms. Check. Blood bog blossoms. Smells Ooh, potent. Blood bog blossoms. Smells, ooh, potent.
Shepherd's heart. That's not one of the things we need.
Shepherd's heart. A powerful herb, but not what I need today.
Let's pick some up anyhow if we can.
If I was making a broth to cure path sickness, sure. Delaying death? Not so useful.
Alright, what's this one? Shepherd's heart again. Okay, where else do we think some plants are hiding? Maybe in her room. This is not her room, but I figured since I'm here, let's take a quick look. Okay, what about the basement?
I still don't like to go into the downstairs. It's not anchored in the same way. There are rifts, ether vapors, not to mention, void beetles. What a mess. But there should be void oak leaves here. Leaf of void oak, nice and dry. I think that's it. That wasn't too bad. And there's still time on the clock. Time to boil up some elixir.
First, we have to examine these leaves.
Dried leaf of void oak.
That's it?
Dried leaf of void oak.
Very well. Okay, so...
Bring the alcohol to a boil, okay. Mix in the fine dust of dry crumpled leaf. Add whole blossoms. And bring the mixture back to a boil. Easy as alchemy, which is so much easier than science. Ready for elixir making.
Very well. So, start with boiling.
That's the alcohol heating nicely. Nice. Bit of a waste, but it's for a good cause.
All right. I already forgot what comes next, so
Bring the
let's
alcohol
check.
to a boil. Okay. Mix in the fine dust of dry add whole
Leaf,
and
then
bring
blossoms. Okay. So, do I need to crunch these? Let's try just putting them in.
Dried leaf, crumpled to a fine dust.
Not going to make me mortar and pestle them or something, huh? Very well. Blossoms.
And whole blossoms. Perfect. Now it just needs to boil again. How do I know when this is done? Will there be a...
Seems promising.
Definitely a poof.
All right.
It's the right color. And it's already cooled down. I love alchemy. So much easier than chemistry. Laws of science need not apply. Rope, spatula, elixir. Check, check, and check. I think that's everything. With only minutes to spare, you'd almost think the stars are aligning on purpose. Except no stars, paths. Time to go knock down a wall.
First, let's look at this elixir we made.
This is it, the elixir. I hope it actually works.
Kind of bad news if it doesn't, and we're counting on it.
There should be a recipe in here somewhere.
All right, break down the door. Can we just, punch it? Touch it?
My destiny begins right here. Well, behind that brick wall.
Let's see.
With my bare hands? No, Papa did too good a job with the masonry.
Okay. Well, I wouldn't think the rope or a spatula. Definitely not the spatula. So, what are we going to destroy the wall with? Is the trowel anywhere? Smack it with the chair. Broom. We need something really sturdy. Lob that typewriter at it.
I'm not a writer. I can play, I can paint, but I didn't inherit her talents.
If there were a fireplace poker, that would be good. No? Okay, what do we got here? The umbrella? I don't think so, but... probably not the broom. Oh yeah, here we go. That's what we need.
This should do the trick.
So, we'll examine it before we use it.
Looks sturdy. I could break down walls with this, and I will. Looks sturdy.
Same thing. Okay.
I could break down walls with this, and I will.
Okay. Let's get a little bit closer. And have at it. So that's what was on the other side. Oh, do we actually get to follow up with her? Okay.
You know that feeling when paths don't line up with where you want to go? That feeling. In all fairness, when these songlines were first sung, I don't think these walls were here. Or these metal gears.
They're all an aberration?
No worries. I come prepared, because prophecies.
Okay, I thought it was gonna kick us back to one of our main characters again, so interesting.
I do love their style.
What, big ugly pipes? Alright, well, I was initially guessing that we are in Mercuria, and this is all the craziness that the Azadi made. But I might be wrong. Is this the way to go, or is that the way to go? I might be actually going the correct way, and I don't want to do that just yet. Yeah, that's gotta be the right way to go. But it might not be. This might be something more... This might be where Zoe is, or this might be something else entirely. Saga can go pretty well anywhere, after all, so...
Someone must be tasked with keeping these pipes polished, or no one ever sees them. That's attention to detail.
They are very shiny. Anything else about the pipes?
I do love their style.
Well, she says someone keeps them polished, but it could just as easily be, since she said when we first got here that these weren't here the last time she was here. Maybe these are just new. Okay, cannot go that way.
There's a gap, and I can feel a draft. This is it, the way out.
Through there?
I'll be mincemeat, and then
Yeah.
we'll all look very silly for trusting prophecies.
Oh, but this... Okay, so this is why she needed various things. What? Spatula it? Gum up the works? No. No, don't examine the spatula. That's not what I meant to do. Something with the rope? No, there's gotta be something else. Okay, so there's gotta be a way to slow this down.
I'll need to stop those gears from moving before I can squeeze through.
Yep. Oh, okay. Well, probably this will
Not
do
what
it.
I'm looking for.
Really? You don't want to wedge the spatula in there?
This is it. I just need to switch it off. Luckily, I came prepared.
Alright, well I think that's a definite hint that I need to use something in my inventory, and I would guess the spatula.
Second one from Perfect Fit. The spatula really is the queen of kitchen utensils.
I still think it's wooden spoon.
I feel like I'm playing life on cheat mode.
Alright, duck on through. Alright, that's the dead end. Excellent. So, must be somewhere to go this way. Well, it's kind of an interesting thing to just watch move around. Cool. Alright, so that's going to be more where we need to go. I really like this. Okay, so she is in Marcaria. Yeah. There's Kian down on the floor.
That's him, down there. I hope I'm not too late. No, we should be good. I'm on schedule.
Okay, and this ties some things together. So at the end of the first game, and we have Lady Elvane telling the story about April, right? So this is Lady Elvane right here, isn't it? It's going to be Saga because they were in a house between times, and Saga's the one who can get there. So she's going to go find him. We're going to have some kind of romance. She becomes Lady Elvane. There we go. Answers.
Hang in there, Elvane.
Alright, so how do we get down to him? Is this where we need our rope? Maybe we gotta get to the right position and then we will.
This looks pretty sturdy. Sturdy enough for a rope. And me. There's a lot of blood. I really hope I'm not too late.
Okay, and then the potions for him. There we go. Don't die, Kian. I should have looked around a little bit before I did this, in case there was anything to see. Right? So that answers for us what's going to happen to Saga, which is also an answer about what happens to April. And what's going to happen with Kian, at least, to an extent. But how are things going to all wind up for Zoe and Crow? Well, this is Brian Westhouse again in the past, isn't it? We saw him sitting on a bench like this before.
Shut up. Shut up, shut up, shut up. Will you not stay silent for one bloody minute? I can't. I can't think. I can't sleep. I can't dream. I can't have you inside me. You're eating me up. Why are you not doing what I've asked you to do? You're supposed to give me power. You're supposed to serve me, not the other way around. Stop whispering! Magic must be destroyed for the worlds to become one. For Stark and Arcadia to reconnect. For me to return home. You must help me accomplish this. You must listen to me. You see, if magic leaks into Stark, it'll cause chaos and mayhem. Millions will die.
But destroying magic causes all kinds of people to die as well.
I don't have a choice.
What a selfish fella. Willing to destroy all kinds of people just so that he can get home. Brian Westhouse, you need to work
We
at...
don't have a choice. It must be done.
being a little more flexible and trying to find the bright side of things. He could have had an awesome life in
So
Arcadia.
Brian is the prophet. That's a twist I didn't see coming. Who am I kidding? Of course I saw that coming.
Brian's possessed by the undreaming. He brings it to Arcadia, and then it starts talking to him? Controlling him?
Sounded to me like he wanted to control it.
Well,
But why?
he underestimated it.
To destroy magic?
There must be more to it than that.
I'm just repeating what he said. Come on, there's much more.
I mean, that is what he said, and he wasn't happy at the time, so we talked to him in Arcadia. He did just want to go home, but then he said there's no point in going home because the time was different and everything he knew was gone. Like, I think it would be a hard thing. You read these stories sometimes, right, about people, like fantasy stories, and someone's pulled out of their world and then they're in another world. Not always even fantasy. Like, think of like the Marvel movies and Captain America, right? Someone who's living in a totally different time. And while it would be extremely difficult, I think a lot of this, and really in any kind, I like post-apocalyptic stories too, and I think this applies to that as well, is you have to, a lot of it is really attitude in the person. You have to just not give up, like, man, resilience. It comes down to resilience. Sometimes in life you don't get the things you want. A lot of times in life you don't get the things you want. And you have to find a way to be okay with that, right? To work as much as you can for the things you want, and to be able to accept the things that you can't get that you wanted, and to find contentment with the things that you can get. Build towards it, make the changes you can, build towards the things you can build towards, and learn to let go of the things that you can't achieve. You gotta, adaptability and flexibility, these are some of the most important traits of humanity. That's why we're so wildly successful, right? Compared to like any other animal. There's no other animal quite like us. The flexibility really, really is key. So people like Brian have to just be more flexible. You can find happiness in any situation you're in if you work a little harder for it.
I've been here before.
The Dark People's Library. Something happened here that... Okay, here we go.
Oh yeah, I'd forgotten about Sister.
Who's there? Hello?
I can't believe... She slipped my mind entirely.
Funnybird, is that you? Oh, I didn't see you. Are you looking for something? Wait, no. What are you...
So if April gets to live on, what about...
Who killed the White Dragon?
Yeah, what about the White Dragon?
Yeah. And I was there.
Does she live on?
I saw Mr. Westhouse, and he saw me. He tried to kill me too, but I was struck with something from that pointy magic stick of his, and I blacked out. Next thing I know, I was stowed away on a ship to Sadir. I must have crawled into a barrel or something. I didn't remember any of it until the prophet grabbed me. I hurt him. There was blood, and I don't know what happened next, but his blood, that's what's helping me pull you into these memories. The prophet's blood. Is that weird?
No weirder than anything else I've experienced this past week.
Welcome to my life.
Your life is pretty incredible, Crow, actually. He just gets a little bit involved in all kind of things.
Do you question the goddess, Utana?
Of course not. I just want... I need to understand why all non-humans must be destroyed.
Magic is an aberration. It has no place in this cosmos. It's chaos, and chaos interferes with logic, with the engine, with her plans.
This I understand. Reunification cannot happen as long as Arcadia is ruled by magic. But the non-humans...
That seems
If we are
untrue
to fulfill
to me.
the wishes of the goddess, we must purify the world. Only then can the mechanical engine serve her. Do you understand now?
Yes, Master. My office will establish camps and ship non-humans to the islands. And I'll find someone to spearhead the program to eradicate magicals.
Good. I'll be leaving for the Northlands soon, to oversee the final construction of the tower and the engine. I trust Azadir is in good hands.
The masked council answers to me only. The Six will continue to heed our advice. Sadir belongs to us, Master Prophet.
And this new emissary?
Sister Saya will join you. She's young, but clever and loyal. She'll serve you well in Marcuria.
I trust your judgment. Send word when the camps are ready, Utana.
Mother Utana, baddie.
Did you understand that?
No, but that was Mother Utana. She took me in after I arrived in Sadir. I did some work for her. She helped me get back to Marcuria. Kian and her appeared to be very close until she stabbed him with a knife to the belly.
She what?
That just happened. Out there, before the prophet wrung my neck, and oh, Mother of Ravens, I remember now. I remember what happened. I think I died. Am I dead?
You're here, that's all I know. So Mother Utana serves the Prophet, and the Prophet orchestrates the destruction of magicals. Which means Westhouse is responsible for actual genocide. God.
Well, Mother Utana as
I feel
well.
weird,
She was
Zoe.
totally into it.
I don't like this feeling. I'm scared.
I'm sorry, Crow.
I was saying something and I totally lost track of it. Oh, yeah, I feel like the Lord in the first game taught us different. That magic doesn't have to be eradicated for the worlds to unite. I think this is a bunch of bull that our baddies are saying. The balance was important. There needed to be balance between the science and the magic. Both things were necessary. You can't get rid of one. But it makes sense, of course, that our villains would believe something erroneous like that. That's what makes them villains, right? Well, part of it. Willingness to kill people for their cause is the bigger part of what makes them villains.
That place, it was filled with numbers and calculations.
Wait, inside the
An
calculator?
eternity of equations. I couldn't find my way out. It was terrifying. So much power. I owe you my life, sir.
And now you will serve me.
How?
You'll help me build something. A mechanical engine.
Like that calculator I was trapped inside?
Something like it, but much greater. On a scale never before seen. In return, I'll grant you power.
Power? What kind of power?
The kind you once knew, Necromancer King.
That was a long time ago. Another age. One in which magic meant something. I accept your proposition. So what's next? What did you do? What did you put inside me?
Something to keep safe. Something that must remain hidden.
It whispers to me.
Don't listen to it. The Undreaming has ambitions. Best we don't let those ambitions loose on the world. Not yet. Tell no one of this. There are those who are willing to commit murder to get to what's inside you.
My lips are sealed, Master. I swear.
Only the scepter can shatter the shard of the soul stone you carry within.
The Soul Stone? My Soul Stone?
It was never yours,
Yeah, it was
Wizard.
never his.
But yes, a piece of it. This scepter and the Soul Stone were forged from the same dream at the beginning of everything.
Is that the silver spear of Gorimon? Where did you find it? It harbors great and ancient magics. Could I?
No. And not magic. This is an object older than magic. It can both control and destroy magic. It's capable of slicing through the fabric between worlds.
It's so beautiful.
I spent decades looking for it. I found it with one of the Dryad kin. It looks alive? It's been fed the blood of dragons, charged with the oldest magic of them all. It's finally ready. And once my engine has been built, the scepter's true powers will be revealed. You'll stay close to me. In Marcuria, I'll call on you when I need you. With the help of the Azadi nation, you'll build my engine. They're eager for the power they believe it'll grant them. They'll serve me, their prophet. In exchange, you'll have everything you could ever want. You'll be there, next to me, reshaping worlds. I look forward to it, Master.
Well, I suppose it makes sense that the necromancer
I knew that
king...
wizard couldn't be trusted.
Well, yeah, we all
could
knew
have
that.
told you that. Wait, I did. He was there. Clax. When the prophet broke my neck. He's working for the prophet.
Well, yeah, it's what we just
Clax
saw.
has a shard of the soul stone inside him. That must be the same soul stone I brought to Lux. Why does the prophet need to keep it safe?
Something to do with the undreaming?
The undreaming.
Yeah, it harbors a bit of the undreaming.
It's inside that shard. It's not inside Westhouse because then it'd be controlling him, and he's the one controlling it. You were right, Crow.
I was? I think this is what I was supposed to show you.
Okay, so what's next?
We keep walking, I guess. I mean, maybe there's more to see.
More to see or somewhere to go? Looks like someone painting a picture up here. Is that April? It is.
April?
You. I should have guessed you'd be here. Or it's not actually you. This place is strange. You're probably just an echo. A ghost. What was that whole thing about find her, save her? I found you, but I didn't save you. I didn't save anyone.
You did.
How?
I was trapped. You freed me
You died.
and was reborn.
Reborn? How? You're not telling. Or this echo is incomplete. I know this can't be you, not really, because you're dead, and this is just... So, what do I do now? I'm supposed to save the dream, but I don't know how.
What have you learned?
I don't know. Westhouse brought the undreaming to Arcadia. First, it was inside him, but then he put it into the Soul Stone shard. He became the prophet, and he manipulated the Azadi people, freed Clax, and... Clax? The shard's inside Clax, which means the undreaming is inside Clax, and that spear can shatter it.
The one that killed the white dragon?
The silver spear of Gorimon? That's what you were supposed to show me, Crow. The key to destroying the shard and unleashing the undreaming.
So we have to get it
The
from Brian
undreaming
Westhouse.
isn't the real danger here. I mean, yes, it is dangerous, but only because Westhouse is using it, controlling it. We need to unleash the undreaming.
That sounds a teensy-weensy bit risky.
It does,
I know, but this is what has to happen. I don't know why I know. Maybe because Lux knows, and Lux is part of me now.
We find the spear and murder Clax and unleash the undreaming, all by ourselves?
We can't. We need help. We need...
Kian.
Kian. If I can get word to Kian, then there's still hope. But I need to get out of here. How do I get out of here?
Good luck, Zoe.
That's it, huh? Oh, okay. Something's happening. Maybe she's sending us out of here, so not so bad.
Hey, funny bird.
April?
Are you ready to go now?
Yeah, I am. I've missed you, April.
I've missed you too. Come on, Crow. We have a long journey ahead of us.
But where are they going? What are they going to do? Because if Saga is her, she's reborn as Saga, and Crow wasn't with Saga. I need to know what ultimately is going to happen to Crow. I'm very concerned about that. But anyhow, it makes sense that Roper Klacks would be willing to accept Brian Westhouse as a new master because he became powerful in the first place by accepting a deal with the Yaga. So, even though he was the Necromancer King himself, he's someone who's still used to having people he has to answer to.
I'm back. I'm back. Well, my mind's back. I know what I need to do, but still in the fucking pod. I need to get out of the pod right now. Okay, so I don't think Helena knows I'm awake. Better keep it that way, or she'll just drug me again.
Okay. So we gotta escape the pod. How are we gonna do that? Well, there's the controls, but they're on the outside. Oh, we got all kinds of things to look at. Okay. And I am going to go ahead and end this here, because I do need to see what that phone call was a while back. I got a message. So this is a good spot. We just had the autosave. So, we'll end things here. When we come back, first, I don't think I want to start with the controls. We're going to look at these two, see what she has to say about it, and then we'll figure out how we can manipulate these controls, get out of here. I'm feeling a lot of anger towards Helena there. I would love to do something to foil all of her plans, but we got bigger fish to fry. We got to worry about not just this Angana stuff, we got to worry about saving all of the world. So, that's what we'll do.